Good morning. Yeah, day 7, keto. It's not as I read something about keto flu and these kind of symptoms of being lethargic. Um, I haven't really felt. I got 2 events. Sorry, I didn't get my windows straight again. All right, this one is okay. First one I'm going to delete, and then I'll be talking about keto. Yes, delete. All right, here's the one where I'm on now. But I will, I haven't had more energy. I will say that. I have not had more energy. Probably kind of felt more even energy, I would say, on keto. But it's only day 7. So you're supposed to even out, I think, after that, between 7 and 30 days, it said. Excuse me. And I'm not sure if I am doing it correctly. I'm not sure. I'm not counting. I'm kind of keeping account. You're not supposed to eat more than 20 carbs per day. And I'm not really adding it up strictly. I am kind of estimating, and keeping a track, but I feel like I'm probably eating closer to 25 or 30 grams of carbs a day. But my job is very active, very physical. So I feel like I will probably still get into that ketogenic state, whatever they call it. All right, there we go. But yeah, I feel okay. I was having a problem before I started all this. I was having a problem. I decided to fast and then just really wasn't planning on it. Just decided to do keto diet. Really didn't look into it that much, but I've been hearing about it. That's me. I was just like, yeah, I'll try this. So I'm trying it. And I've lost weight. I've definitely lost weight. Not that, I know I'm not overweight, but I do have some belly fat. If you were watching my last video, you would know that. Um, yeah, and about my channel, I got my live streaming back on my other channel. And I was excited, but I don't know. I feel like it's just kind of done or something. I mean, I'm going to keep that channel. Uh, but it really doesn't seem to matter where if I live stream here or there, even though that's channel has 2,000 subscribers, I'll still only get maybe, a few views, a handful of views. It doesn't matter which channel I use, basically. In this, I can see people that have actually subscribed to me and not that a video I made. Because so far, I haven't made any videos. This channel is this is the me channel. And my other channel, I think I will save for a production when I have something, a creation that I've made, that I've worked on. These live streams, I don't work. I don't work on them. That's why. I mean, they're just for fun, really. And kind of like a journal. So yeah, what else about keto? I've been eating, you're supposed to eat fats, so I've been eating protein. I've been eating meat, uh, chicken, beef, fish, and fat. I had some brisket with the fat. You're supposed to eat a lot of fats. I've been eating butter, coconut oil. I switched to heavy cream and my soy milk instead of soy, and my coffee instead of soy milk. I said no carbs and no bread, no rice. I got a burger the other day and just put it on a paper plate, chopped it up without the bun. That was fun. Uh, What else am I eating? Eggs. Not a lot of eggs, but um, eggs. Kale. Then you can eat, the high fiber vegetables. Kale, lettuce, spring mix. And been eating a salad every day with some blueberries, blackberries, cheese, low carb dressing. Um, I feel okay. I feel like okay. I feel like I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. Guess what else? Jamie Deluxe is coming to town. I didn't think I should talk about it, but then I was watching his live stream from yesterday, and he's like, "Yeah, he just mentioned he's going to Columbia." He's like, "Yeah, I'm going to Columbia tomorrow." So I don't know if he's coming today or Saturday. I think he's got plans to take his family around some of the local sites and hopefully meet up. We got plans to meet up. Looking forward to hanging out with him. Although yesterday, always happens, the baby has a fever last night. Her nose was running yesterday, and now she's got a fever last night. So I don't know. I might have to take just one kid. I was hoping both our families would, hang out. What else? Keto, keto. It's about the keto. Do I want to talk about keto? Do I want to talk about keto? Do I want to talk about something else? If only I had a wall to bounce my ball off of. Um, let's see. I could talk about what keto does. Let's put this tactfully with regularity, which has been okay. That was one of my concerns with my problem before, but the volume has definitely decreased, but everything seems to be functioning normally. Um, One thing I think it's important with diet is, you can get so tracked on a diet that then you start allowing to eat yourself to eat things that are just garbage because it's okay within your diet specifications. I mean, but there's already things that I've ruled out of my diet that I'm not taking back in, like high fructose corn syrup. Of course, you couldn't have that on keto, anyways. That's sugar. But hydrogenated oil, that's one of them. Hydrogenated oils, trans fats, terrible. Your body would probably handle them better on a keto diet, but because you're adapting yourself to deal with fats. But I tried to stick with all natural. I got organic, all natural butter, organic coconut oil. Um, try to get grass-fed beef, and I've been getting organic chicken breasts from Walmart. Uh, just not eating. I could pick up beef jerky or something. Probably have very low carbs if I get the right kind. Actually, they put sugar. Sugar is in everything. Everything. Everybody's addicted to sugar. It's crazy. If you're watching this, you're addicted to sugar, most likely, just for the fact of you live in this modern world. But I am the preacher of anti-sugar. I am kind of a preacher, guess. Not as much as my father or my brother. My father and my brother are eternal preachers, constant preachers, nonstop preachers. I can preach, but then I can ponder. I'm more of a ponderer because I'm not so sure. I'm not too sure to preach. certain things I feel sure about, like sugar's bad. Our government, politicians are puppets of a wealthy elite group controlling the world that are most definitely pedophiles, or at least allow very high-ranking pedophiles to exist, which is disheartening. But from the big picture to the small, I kind of make the connection. If you don't understand both, how does it matter? How does it matter to me? Yeah, I'd like to see an end to it. I'd like to talk about it and make people um, aware of it. But you can't even do that. I mean, people will only see what they want to see. People will do what they want to do. Everybody does. People will hear what they want to hear. And throat's burning. I think I need some water. I'll be right back. 2 seconds. 10 seconds. So what was I talking about? Oh yeah, connecting the big to the small. The big picture to the little picture. The big picture being the world, the universe, and the little picture being you or me, or what you're going to eat for breakfast. How do they relate? How does the Illuminati have anything to do with your meal choices? Well, I can tell you that they stock your grocery stores. They stock the world with food. They supply us. We are on some level at the mercy of those, in power over us. Like say Illuminati, and that may make people just discredit it automatically. I don't know if Illuminati's running things really. I mean, it's just Illuminati started in 1776. It's a historical thing. As of late, it's a cultural go-to for just New World Order, secret societies, whatever the case. It's become apparent that the politicians and the people are really not in charge. That they're bought and paid for by who? By them, whatever you want to call them. Rich cocksuckers. Not that anybody that's rich is bad. It's the uber ultra rich that are dominating the world, the people that meet at the Bilderberg group. The people in charge of the Trilateral Commission, the Council on Foreign Relations, United Nations. I don't know, maybe, and there could be some struggles going on against, I'm sure there's struggles. But anyways, do you trust them? I don't know exactly what's going on. I don't need to know. All I know is I don't trust them. Do you trust what's on your grocery store shelf? No. I mean, I look at the label and I trust the label not because I do trust, not just out of intuition, but just because I really, at some point, you just have to say, okay, all right, here's the ingredients. Most of the food, they'll tell you, oh, by the way, there's poison in your food. Just because it's there on the shelf doesn't mean it's okay to put it in your body. So that's how the big connects to the small. What's going on in the world at large affects you. And if you realize it, if you make that connection, um, you will be healthier. You will be happier, uh, less stress. Basically, all you have to, there's nothing to do for anything. The magic bullet for happiness, for success, for uh, success is not really a good word, but I will just say contentment, um, good health is not to do anything specifically, but to stop doing what they're doing to you. Stop doing what they're doing to you. That's all. There's nothing to do specifically, but just stop believing, their media. I think the more media you watch, and I try not to watch too much. So lately, I've been rewatching The Office with my wife. It's just the mood, the vibe of it is nice. It kind of keeps her in a nice, chill mood, and it's been nice. Um, but too much media, especially news media, I feel like, especially news, CNN and Fox News, puts you in this state of anxiety. The mental, the physical, it's all tied together. So the only thing to do is stop, and things will be better. Stop believing everything and anything. Just like, no, everything. It's simple. If you want to know what's poisoning your mind, it's everything. It's even your own thoughts. I mean, the propaganda is so deep that it's so infiltrated into the society that you don't even need a television or anything. You kind of, we are now these like a wind up toy. We've been plugged into the system so long that we're wound up, and we keep repeating the stories in our brains, the stories that we've seen on television as adults, as children. Um, we replay the images. Our brain is now a movie screen instead of a blank screen, being able to deal with the present moment fully and completely. They're trying to turn us into like computers. They want us to give up our sovereignty, to give up our choice, to give up our faculty in exchange, to get rid of worry, anxiety, suffering. Um, they will have a choice for you, for us in the future. And they have a choice for you now. Here, take this drug and disconnect. Here, disconnect your emotions. Take some ketamine. And on all the antidepressants. Kate Spade was on antidepressants. Her husband came out with a tweet and admitted that she was on, at least, on multiple types of medication for depression. So, I mean, it's simple. It's simple. But people, they're going, it's like going to, it's like we're sheeps going to the wolf asking for protection, pretty much, when people go to the doctor a lot of times. It's like, oh, go to the doctor. Doctor, I don't feel right. I feel, I'm stressed out. I'm worried. Oh, okay. Well, here, take this. I believe this will help you. You've fallen into the trap. Trusted them. Who should you trust? Yourself. That's it. And I say, when in doubt, just do nothing. Doing nothing. I mean, there are times when, in hindsight, you could always look back and say, I should have done something. Most of the time, doing nothing will turn out okay. So, really, how do we beat the Illuminati? Sorry to use that word. How do we beat the system? How do we beat the man? Stop. That's all. Just stop. Stop believing all the bullshit. Stop putting bullshit into your body, I say. But more important is it's a state of mind. We all have addictions. People will not, they won't admit it, but if you eat, Cheetos and Doritos and drink soda, you have an addiction. If you go to drive-throughs, McDonald's and all these places, you have an addiction. I mean, technically, if you eat food, technically the human condition is we're born addicted to food. But as an addiction, I'm really defining it as an addiction to something other than natural food. Except for sugar. Everybody's addicted to sugar, which is a natural food, but it's overly consumed. And it's been promoted because, sugar the excess of sugar causes so many problems. It just makes everything worse. Joint problems and inflammation makes it worse. Immune system and susceptibility to everything, flu, common cold, makes it worse. Diabetes, overconsumption of sugar can cause diabetes. What else? Cancer. I think cancer loves sugar too. So it's overconsumption of sugar is a huge problem. Even natural sugar, even if you just even honey, a lot of people switch. It's better to switch. Get off the high fructose. That's what I did first. I stopped drinking. I stopped it. Went to just straight sugar. Got natural sodas. But I'm done now. I am done. I have a dream. I have a vision of somewhere green with only the sounds of nature and little small kind of cottages, some gardens, some forest, some open area, creek. People just enjoying nature, sitting down together, enjoying food. Really, that's all. We've made it so complicated. So complicated. This, this, this is what makes things complicated right here. And the laptop. I don't know. We all enjoy it though, right? We all need our gadgets. We're all plugged in. But deep down, and not even so deep. A lot of us just want to unplug. I have this idea for a resort, just out like in the mountains, in the woods, luxurious, but no electricity, um, you know, no gadgets allowed, nothing. It's like, you want to come here, you're coming to disconnect. We got an office at the base camp, a mile away, with technology and everything, with the secretary there who, you can store all your devices or whatever. You store everything there, and you tell anybody if they need to contact you that they send a message to this office. And I don't know, we have some kind of whatever rocket launcher or something that shoots a bird over to this the no electrical field zone, just nothing. I feel like electrical fields mess with us, and we're evolving to exist with them, but it feels good to just get away from the current, the vibe of electricity, of technology. And you can feel it when you just go out into the woods, the quietness, the peacefulness. But imagine the best of both worlds. It's like, we can keep our technology, but not be so married to it, not be so in bed with it, and kind of return back to the natural world, uh, without forgetting, without losing the benefits of technology. I don't know if it's possible. That's my fantasy. Escape. Ever since I was a kid, as long as I can remember. As long as I can remember. I used to think I was just going to travel the world. Yeah, no, I'm not going to worry about bills. I'm not going to have to do any of this. I'm just going to kind of like, what's his name? Jules from Pulp Fiction. I mean, I was like that before that movie. That's just wander the earth, I thought that was going to be me. I was going to drive out west. What happened? Life happened. Life just happens, We beat ourselves up sometimes. Like, I should have done this. I should have done that. But really, I don't exist. Life happened, and it's a beautiful thing. There's no need to beat myself up or think of coulda, woulda, shouldas. Here on that road, that was a big 18-wheeler. This is a highway, and one day, it's just, it's not going to get quieter. It's already loud. Give it another 5 years, it's going to be like being on the damn interstate. Oh, yay. Yay. What time is it? Have not heard from anyone yet. Time for a break. I think it's time for a break. And I will play something. I guess Alan Watts is always good. I don't know. I know I won't get copyrighted for that. So let's play some. I don't know, man. This is what I was watching. Let's search for. There was one Watts thing. It was just full of so many one-liners. Profound talks. I'll just go to the first one. Let's just go to the first one.
Hey, what's up, my friend Calic and I here. In a moment, I'm going to step into my office here at my home and pull out my computer.
I don't care.
Now then,
we have to get on to Buddhism. And in order to introduce Buddhism, it's necessary to remember the whole background of the world view of India. In other words, what we're going to study, first of all, to understand Buddhism, is Indian cosmology, just as you would have to study the cosmology of the Ptolemaic view of the world in order to understand Dante, and in order to understand lots of things about medieval Christianity. So the cosmology of the Hindus, their view of the universe, has come right into Japanese life through Buddhism, but it antedates Buddhism. Buddhism simply adopted it as a matter of course, just as now if you invented a new religion, you would probably adopt the cosmology of modern astronomy. Well, now, how does the Hindu see the world? You know, there are really three great views of the world that human beings have had. And they go, one is the Western view of the world, which looks upon the world as a construct, an artifact, by analogy with ceramics and carpentry. Then there is the Hindu view of the world, which is dramatic, looks on it as a play. And then the Chinese view, which is organic and looks upon the world as an organism, a body. But the Hindu view sees it as a drama. And it's simply this: there is what there is, and always was and always will be, which is called the self. That in Sanskrit is Atman, A-T-M-A-N. And the Atman is also called Brahman. Brahman, from the root bri, to grow, to expand, to swell, is actually related to our word breath. So Brahman, the self, according to the Hindu view, plays hide and seek with itself for always and always and always. How far out, how lost can you get? So here, each one of us, according to the Hindu idea, is the Godhead on purpose, getting lost for the fun of it. And how terrible it can get at times. But won't it be nice when you wake up? That's sort of the basic idea. And I found it's an idea that any child can understand. It has great simplicity and great elegance. Now, in part of this cosmology, we must understand another feature of this conception of the universe. Not only, you remember now the kalpas, the periods of time, the yugas, the qualities of the time through which the universe goes, but there's the final thing, which are called the six worlds, or the six paths of life. And this is very important for Buddhism, although it comes from Hinduism, is represented in what is called the Bhava Chakra. Bhava means becoming, B-H-A-V-A. Chakra, C-H-A-K-R-A, means wheel. The wheel of becoming, the wheel of birth and death. And it has 6 divisions. It has the top people and the bottom people. The top people are called Deva, D-E-V-A. The bottom people are called Naraka, N-A-R-A-K-A. Devas are angels, and they are the people who are the supreme spiritual successors. The Naraka are tormented in purgatory, and they are the supreme spiritual failures. They are the poles, the happiest people and the saddest people. Then in between there comes the world of the pretas, next to the Naraka, next to the purgatory. The pretas are the frustrated spirits who have tiny mouths and enormous bellies, huge appetites, but very, very limited means of satisfying it. Then next, they come between the Narakas and the Devas at the top. Next up from the pretas are the human beings. And they are supposed to hold a middle position in the 6 worlds. Then you go up from the human beings to the Devas, and then you start coming down again. The next world is called the Ashura, and those are the wrathful spirits, the personifications of storm and all the anger and violence of nature. Next down is animals, coming between the Ashura and the purgatories again. Now, all these needn't be taken literally. They are different modalities of the human mind. We are in the Naraka world when we are frustrated and in torment. When we are merely chronically frustrated, we are in the Preta world. When we are in a state of equanimity, even-mindedness, we're in the human world. When we are deliriously happy, we're in the Deva world. When we are furious, we are in the Ashura world. And when we are dumb, we are in the animal world. So these are all modalities. And it would be said now, this is terribly important to understand Buddhism. Because the better you get, the more you go up to the Deva world. The worse you get, the more you go down to the Naraka world. But everything that goes up has to come down. So you can't improve yourself indefinitely. If you improve yourself beyond a certain limit, you simply start to get worse. Like when you make a knife too sharp, it begins to wear away. So the Buddhahood or liberation, enlightenment, is on no place on the wheel, unless it might be the center. By ascending, by becoming better, you tie yourself to the wheel by gold chains. By retrogressing and becoming worse, you tie yourself to the wheel with iron chains. But the Buddha is one who gets rid of the chains altogether.
I like that.
And so this will explain why Buddhism, unlike Judaism and unlike Christianity, is not very, very frantically concerned with being good. It is concerned with being wise. It is concerned with being compassionate. It's a little different from being good. With having tremendous sympathy and understanding and respect for all the ignorant people who don't know that they're it, but who are playing the very far-out game of being you and I. And so this is why every Hindu greets his brother not by shaking hands, but by putting his hands together and bowing. This is why the Japanese bow to each other, basically. This is why Buddhist rituals are full of the bowing gesture, because you are honoring the self, playing the roles of all the people around you. And all the more honor is due when the self has forgotten what it's doing and is therefore in a very far-out situation. Now, that is the basic Hindu view of the world. That's the cosmology which goes along with Buddhism. According to taste, temperament, tradition, popular belief, and so on, there is this additional idea that when the Lord, the self, pretends that it's each of us, it first of all pretends that it is something called the Jivatman. The Atman, the self, pretends to be an individual soul called a Jivatman. And the Jivatman reincarnates through a whole series of bodies, life after life after life. And according to what is called karma, karma literally means doing. The law of doing, whereby acts occur in a series and they are linked with each other in an unbreakable chain. So everybody's karma is the life course that he will work out through maybe innumerable lifetimes. I'm not going into that because a lot of Buddhists don't believe that. You will find that the Zen people, for example, are quite divided on this. They will say, no, we don't believe literally in reincarnation. That after your funeral, you will suddenly become somebody different, living somewhere else. They will say reincarnation means this, that if you sitting here now are really convinced that you're the same person who walked in at the door half an hour ago, you're being reincarnated. If you're liberated, you'll understand that you're not. The past doesn't exist.
Good morning.
The future doesn't exist.
I'm going to be going to work here.
There is only the present. That's the only real you that there is. The Zen master Dogen put it in.
All right, time to go. You want to say bye?
Hi.